one more hit, I'm gonna be looking like a tri-colored Altima. What's going on, y'all? Back with another video. I should be working on the 5.3 LS swap for my 81 Caprice. Got all these boxes and stuff. Need to do sprinkle some magic on that. But instead, we're going to be figuring something out with the old Mazda. The old Mazda has seen better days. You know, at 11 years old, 282,000 miles, 230 of which I've done in 7 years. This car has seen better days. And I mean, you know, the paint on the eyebrows is all is all jacked up, and you know, I hit a tire on the highway a couple years ago, and that jacked the bumper up. And then a couple days ago, on my way to work, something kicked up from in front of a car in front of me on the highway. And I'm glad that it missed my headlight, because these headlights are used on eBay like $500-600. So I'm glad it missed the headlight. But it did some more damage to the bumper that was already jacked up from the previous tire damage. Now, luckily, it did miss the NV tuning lip this time. But as you can see, got a nice crack in the bumper right there. This is not paint transfer. This is actually a scrape. Like, all these are scrapes. Like, it hit pretty hard. I'm glad it missed the grill. Glad it missed my AFS factory HID headlights. But yeah, this is not something that you can use compound and get paint off. These are actually scrapes. So that's clear coat and paint gone. I mean, it hit pretty hard. The fog light housing and mounts was jacked up when I hit the tire. But so I don't know. And as you can see, and these are IJDMs. These aren't like the cheap Amazon ones. These are actual IJDM lights. And you can see the lenses are jacked up all on those. So I'm going to get the car, put them on these ramps. I don't have an engine shield up under there, so it should be pretty easy to get to, and see if we can rig something up to where we can get this fog light looking halfway decent in here. If I can't, I'll probably just take them out, but hopefully I can get it in there and have it looking halfway decent. But yeah, I mean, this car has had its fair share of decent days, and from here on out, it's only going to look more rough and more rough. So it might as well look decent while it looks rough. Something hit my carbon fiber grill, doggone it, and it's peeling right there. So yeah, you know, that's the only bad thing about daily driving a car and putting a bunch of miles on it is ain't so much you can do. So let's get it up on here and let's see what we can do. Now that we got her up here, let's get up under the bottom and let's see what we're looking at, and let's see if there's anything we can do. Alright, so I don't really remember what I did after I hit the tire, but it looks like I have a Phillips head screw holding it on to that mount, because like that mount broke off the bottom of the fog light. But let's see. Alright, so I need to take this screw out, and then I can reposition everything back in here maybe, and maybe we'll be okay. Maybe not, I don't know. But as you can see, there's no under engine shield, splash shield, none of that. And you also can see where, I'm on bags, but I don't be riding sky high. Since I'm under the car, I might as well look at the axle boots. The outer passenger side axle boot looks good. The inner passenger side axle boot looks good. And I'll look at the driver's side before we go from up under here. But I've been getting down and dirty. Oil pan got a little bit of damage. That's older, because you can see it's rusted over. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a look. I always try to take a look at things while I'm under the car, because otherwise you're not gonna look at it. So I like to do a little inspection, make sure everything is dry, check on camber wear, and look at my tires for camber and bad toe. Look at the lower control arm bushings. I know my ball joints need to be replaced, my lower control arm and all that stuff. But but I'm gonna get this screw out. Oh, it looks like it ripped the bottom mount up, but I'm gonna get that screw out and see what we can do. So I'll be right back. So I need to massage the inside of here. It's a lot of stuff that's look like might be broke. So yeah, once I get it all figured out, I'll be back. I don't know. Maybe I'll order the Amazon ones and just replace it and put my LED Morimoto fog light housings in the Amazon one. But to be honest with you, I ain't really too pressed on it. To be honest with you, I'm not. But yeah, I'll be back once I kind of get this figured out. All right, surprisingly, got it back up in there. If the lens casing hadn't broke, you wouldn't have known any difference. Ooh, it is not liking the LED light. Yeah, the one on my headset. Yeah, the one on my head. But yeah, got it back up in there. Like I said, if the little casing wouldn't have broke, you really never would have known until you looked up here. But I mean, it's in there. It ain't in there good, but it's in there. One more hit, that might tear the whole. I might be looking like a Nissan Altima, a tri-colored Altima, if I get one more hit on this side of the bumper. This side, the passenger side bumper, that side of the front bumper has taken all the hits. So one more hit, I'm gonna be looking like a tri-colored Altima, for real. So next, let's go to the headlights. Let's try to make these look a little bit more decent. And then that might be it for this video. I really need to start working on this motor, for real. I need to start working on this motor. I need to get the engine and transmission separated, get the torque converter out, get the intake manifold off, put the engine plate on, and then figure out what bolts I need, and then get it on the engine stand, because I got 4 exhaust manifold bolts I need to extract, and other stuff I need to do. So while I got the car right here front and center, my engine bay is dirty too. Oh my God, Jesus. And I need to order a valve cover gasket, because this joker's been leaking for a while. So I need to do a valve cover gasket on this. And I think these coil packs are going bad as well, the ones I just bought in February. So I don't know, it's just stuff always needs something, especially when you have these high mileage cars. So I mean, but that's gonna be the trade-off. You have a high mileage car that in my case has been paid for a couple of years, or when you fix the problems with issues and maintenance that comes with it, or you go out and you have a car payment, which in my case will probably probably $700-800 a month for a car and options and fairly low mileage that I would want, that was be in pretty good shape, that would have a decent aftermarket so I can modify it because it ain't gonna stay stock. So I mean, I'd rather just fix the 6 than go get a car payment. Have to have a car payment, insurance probably go up a little bit, and with that car payment, I'm still gonna modify it. So I'm just gonna keep the 6 running. And when it stops running, it'll probably get a low mileage motor and VT supercharger to go with it. You know, my car might be raggedy and, you know, old with a bunch of miles and all the other stuff, but I'm not gonna help it look any worse. So yeah, I'm taping it off to keep compound and whatever from going everywhere. But just before we start, just some soap and water, kind of take whatever top grit is on here off so that it doesn't embed itself into the lens. And this is going to be a very quick job. I probably won't even time lapse it. But all I'm using is headlight cleaner and sealant and polishing compound. And I'm going to use polishing compound first. I bought like a bunch of these little cheap foam pads and the attachment off of Amazon years ago, and I use them for pretty much everything I can. So, and I'll probably have to redo this every couple months. I've had this compound for probably 10 years, so it's probably broken down water at this point. So do with that what you will. Oh, I probably should have used a new pad. Just the pad I used last time. All that dry compound is in there. And I really don't have a method besides get the whole lens. I think this the rag from last time too. Quick and effective. That's all I'm about. Like I said, if I gotta do this, you know, once every 6 months, I don't want it to be this long, drawn out process. I just want it to be something quick that I can do. You know, be like a one beer job. You be done with it before the beer is done. Boom, boom. Bam, bam. Shibbity wham. Something quick, something simple, something effective. And I don't know if this is going to help any, but I have it, so why not? It ain't going to hurt it. That's for sure. So if it don't hurt it, it gotta help. And I don't know the different colors, you know, black, orange, yellow, blue. I just pick one and I use it. So if y'all know what the different colors are, like the different firmness, finishing, or whatever. But you know, once you go black, you don't go back. So I use that one last. just like that. How long that take? 4 minutes and 38 seconds on one headlight. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. And just like that, that thing is fresh. So it's looking like brand new versus old Frosty the Snowman. It went from Frosty the Snowman to the Iceman. All right, so let me get this one knocked out and I'll be back. Well, I got the polishing compound out. Might as well hit the bumper. I wiped it down with the soap and water. So let's hit it with this and let's just see what this does. Why does it feel so soft? Just out of curiosity. I only have one shiny part of my bumper. Oh. Alright. Survey says, looks a little bit better. Kind of blends in with the rest of the jacked up front end that I have. So made it a little bit better. It ain't making no worse. I don't think it could be any worse. It could be a tricolor Ultima, so yes, it could be. I guess it could be worse. Let me turn the light on. It looks a little bit better. Definitely not as bad as what it did look. So, I'll take it for 20 seconds. So that's all done, and that looks a whole lot better than what it did. The bumper looks semi back to normal besides the fog light. So we're kind of set back, kind of at zero. The fog light looks worse, but the headlights look better. So I think what I'm gonna do now, something I've been wanting to do, is I think I'm gonna go ahead and take these window visors off until I order some more, because the chrome has started to separate on this door and the visors are all looking faded. So I'm probably gonna pop all 4 visors off. I'm gonna pop these rear window louvers off, because I think I'm gonna pop these window louvers off, because I'm tired of looking at them after all these years. And I also think I'm gonna take the pinstriping off of the tail lights and off of the bumper lights as well. And if I have time, I might look into why the third brake light is not working. So let's get some time lapse going and let's get all this taken off real quick. Window visors are off. With them on, they didn't look out of place. And with them off, you really don't tell the difference. But the rear quarter window joint is off. So, just one step closer to this thing being put back to OEM. I'm going to drive it off of here, back it up to the garage, and then just start taking the pinstriping off. This pinstripe been on here for 5, maybe 6 years. So I don't know how much fuss this is going to put up or how much residue. Oh, this ain't gonna come off easy, because this is just breaking off. I was hoping I was gonna pull it's gonna come off in one piece. When I did this, I did not think about future me having to remove it. That may or may not happen in this video. Let's just verify if the brake light works. So I got my little test hooked up. I got the power wire, and then I got the ground hooked to the ground. So let's give it a test, and let's make sure that the light still actually works first before we start troubleshooting. So I'm just gonna hook the power up, and all right, cool. So the light still works and should go solid. The light still works, so that means that there was a connection issue. So let me fix that connection issue, and then we should be back in business and having a working diffuser brake light. So I really hate crimp connectors, even though it's two of them down there. So what I did on this one was that I peeled back a little piece of the wire, put a little slot in it, put the wire through it, twisted it around it, which should give it a much better connection. I really don't care for soldering wires because it makes a hard point. It makes that part of the soldered part of the wire is harder than the rest of the wire, so it ends up being another break point. But let's see if the brake lights work. All right, I see that didn't work. So let me check the ground. Make sure the ground is still good. So what I did was that I just made a new ground. So the moral of the story is check your grounds, because it probably wasn't the T-tap. It was the ground the entire time. So check your grounds. Yeah, boy. It's your boy,